Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Mastering Lashes with Noemi de Luna. Welcome, welcome. My name is Julia. I am here on behalf of Booksy, and I will be your moderator for today. And our host, of course, is the wonderful Noemi de Luna, and she is going to be taking us through today, not just mastering lashes, but specifically mastering lash isolation and application. And so this is Noemi from Beautyhood Chicago. And with that very brief introduction out of the way, I'm going to hand the floor over to you so that you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about today's webinar.
All right. Well, thank you, Julia. I appreciate it. I'm going to start off by thanking the team of Booksy. I really appreciate the opportunity to host this webinar. Tucker for introducing me to Booksy, and Julia for helping me host this. So a little background about myself. I am an esthetician. I've been a licensed esthetician since 2008. I am certified in classic lashes, and that was back in 2009, volume lashes in 2014. So I've been in the business for about 13 years now, 7 years being independent. So working on my own. I also do bridal makeup. So I specialize in solely bridal makeup and lash extensions. Well, I'm going to get straight into lashing. So lashing came very easy to me. It's therapeutic. I love catching up with the girls over some good tunes. I love seeing my clients melt into my chair, literally seeing them, just the stress go away, the girl talk opening up. I think that's a very rare and beautiful, intimate kind of thing to have with clients. And so I'm very detail oriented. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. You know, being a service provider, that especially with a service that requires a retention of clientele. I see my girls every 2 to 3 weeks. It's truly a demanding job, but very rewarding once you get there. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But I guess another thing I love doing another thing I love about lashes is just getting to know my clients. I've been having clients for just as long as I've been doing lashes. I've seen my clients graduate college. I've seen my clients become brides, moms, grandmas. So it's nice that they could see growth in me as well, from being an amateur, scared lash tech to a confident lash artist. It's really rewarding to have, people want to come and get the service done by me and here at Beautyhood. The aim in this webinar is to pass knowledge of the lash artistry, to make future students, beginners feel more comfortable in supporting them through their lash journey, to give them the skill and confidence to expand their talents and provide a safe, relaxing service that their clients can't live without. That being said, I'll be hands-on demoing the first crucial steps of lash extensions.
Sounds great. So just for everyone who's in the audience today, Noemi mentioned questions. We would absolutely love, in this and every webinar, we love to hear your questions. That's one of the benefits, is that you get to interact directly with the experts. So in the chat feature on this webinar, I dropped the line. If you have questions for Noemi, you can ask them here. So if you have any questions or any thoughts along the way, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And if you don't hear them answered immediately, don't worry. I'm collecting all of them and we'll be answering them as we go. So, and then one last thing, you'll want to be really paying attention, taking those mental notes, because twice during this webinar, we are going to have a very special giveaway opportunity. And the first will be a fun giveaway merch item from Beautyhood, and the second will be a Booksy merch giveaway. So I'm just saying, you might as well be practicing putting your questions in that chat so that you're ready to answer the questions that we ask you for those giveaways. So now that I have put that out there, go ahead, Noemi, take it away.
All right. Well, let me get my client ready and I'll focus the camera on her, okay?
Perfect. And as we're getting ready, I see you, Roxy. Roxy says, inspiring. Thank you for hosting this webinar. We are very happy to have all of you here.
Be careful with the light, okay?
And then as you can see, aside from Noemi's camera and aside from my camera, we also have the special Lash C camera. That is our lash cam. So as we get things set up here, we will actually be switching back and forth from focusing on Noemi to focusing on the lash cam. So that's really exciting. And Maria, I see your question. As we get in, we will make sure that we get that answered. So Noemi, once you're ready, go ahead and turn on that lash cam camera and we will be off and away.
All right, how's that?
Looks good.
All right, I'm gonna have you scoot up towards me a bit more. So I want to point out that something very important to me when I'm getting lashes done, I want to feel the confidence kind of radiating off of that technician. It's a very intimate service. You could feel each other's energy, frustration. So anything you have going on throughout your day, just leave it at the door. This is this client's time to unwind and have some girl chat and relax. So make sure that you're relaxed. Try to stay away from caffeine so you don't have shaky hands. Meditate if you have to. All right.
So Noemi, as you're getting started, just so you know, for us, your client is just slightly out of focus. We can't quite see her right eye. So if you want to pull her a bit, there we go. That's beautiful. Excellent.
All right. So the first step in lash extensions is to protect those lower lashes. That makes it a safe service. You don't want to glue your lashes, eyes, your client's eyes together. So you got to make sure that that step is done properly. Because if it's not, you're going to need some skill to take that out. All right. So these are some eye pads. I like to use some 3M medical tape. I always have it on my index finger here. This is going to help me get any extra little ones that are kind of peeking through. Okay. So this is my client, Tatiana. You're going to open your eyes and look straight up towards me. You always want to peek through and see if there's any lower lashes coming out of the iPad. So with a dry spoolie stick or a lip applicator, you just want to lift the eye up gently and make sure that everything is under those iPads. I didn't have to use any of my tape. Okay, next eye for me, you're gonna look up. I encourage girls to use their palm fingers for stability. You're gonna need that when you're floating in the air. There's no way that you could feel safe putting something in someone's eye. So don't be scared to have your hand rested. It's okay. I use my pinky to kind of bring down that lash line. Close. Okay. So from this point on, you're going to keep your eyes closed, okay? Mm-hmm. So the next step, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. We have two questions. We have a question from Andrea is wondering, what kind of style are you going to do today? And I figured as we were getting going, that'd be a perfect audience question starting point.
Sure, I'm going to apply a couple classic lashes and I'll apply a couple volume.
Perfect, excellent. And then once you're at that step, we have a question on glue. So I'll remind you again when we get there.
Sure, no problem. The next step is medical tape as well. Sometimes the client's eyes are too rested on that iPad, so you have to kind of lift it up. She's nice and young and she doesn't have any sagging skin. She doesn't need to, but I'll show you guys how to do it either way. I like to put 3 tapes, 1 in the inner. And you want to just see that small fold. You don't want to expose the eye. If you put a tape at the end and kind of pull it this way, you could already see how it exposes all those inner corner lashes. And sometimes a client needs 1 in the middle. And then this is how I would tape my client. I'm going to do the same on the next eye. Is there any questions?
We have a question from Maria. Maria wants to know, how do you get better retention on the glue and natural lash? I'm still getting used to the gist, I apologize. I'm still getting the gist of the whole thing.
I would recommend getting a lash shaker or a nail shaker. This really warms up the adhesive. So this is the adhesive that I'm going to be using. This is, can you guys see that?
Yep, we've just switched back to you. It will clear up in just a moment. Go ahead.
All right, so this is a nail shaker. So I just shake my glue. This is really warming up the glue rather than putting all that air shaking it. So this is just warming up the glue. I feel like once your glue is kind of warmed up, I feel like it's better retention. Also making sure that you are applying it correctly. 1 extension to 1 natural. And making sure that that lash line is clean beforehand. So I'll go in right now and show you how I clean. Okay. I use disposable lip applicators. This client has clean lashes, but in a normal setting, I will use makeup remover, something, to really cleanse that eye. Today, I'm just going to use water. When you have clients coming back for fills, I like to use these micro tips. And this really would clean in between the lash line. They really love this feeling. It feels like a nice exfoliation. When you have lashes, you can't really rub your eyes. So when they come back for their fill, cleaning is such a crucial part because they can't really get in there like I'm doing so right now. So this is a really nice treat and they absolutely love it. Also, a tip of mine is to always keep clean. Throw away all your stuff. Once you're done using it, toss it. You don't need it. I have a handheld fan. It's a chargeable one. mascara wand, and I'm going to dry off the lashes.
I just want you to know we've got people in the chat saying that this just feels very relaxing. Also, Kerem, si no puede escuchar, intente salir del seminario web y regrese. Not my best Spanish work, but I hope that that was helpful. And then we also have a question about what thickness you're going to be using.
Okay, so the thickness I have is 0.12 for classic, and for volume I have 0.3s. Julia, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. The fan was kind of going, and I didn't hear the question in Spanish.
No, that was the perfect one for you. I had someone in Spanish in the chat said that they are not able to hear right now, so I just said to try exiting and coming back in my very rough Spanish.
It's very good. It's better than mine. Okay. So I keep my lashes on a lash tile. This is how it looks. This is where I put my glue. It's just a piece of tape, paper tape. I have my isolation tweezer here. It's usually the straightest one you got. And then no matter what, I always turn to my Maven boot lashes. I absolutely love these. I've been having them for about 6 years. Never dropped them. I just love these lashes. I think they create the perfect fans, and they have a good hold. So like I said in the beginning, make sure that you are stable. Use your hand to kind of pivot through your lash line. It's kind of like putting lip liner on, right? You want to keep your finger kind of at the bottom of your lower lip to have that stability to give you that nice lip liner effect, right? So like try to incorporate that while lashing. I'm sure it would help you if you're having trouble. If you're floating around like this, I mean, I can't even do it, right? So make sure you're stable. All right, she has her first lash on. I mean, she has fairly easy lashes to separate. You want to make sure you have one lash in between your tweezers. Shimmy a little bit. Notice how I'm using my pinky to help me kind of isolate. I see girls all the time that have so much trouble doing this, and it's because they're scared to put pressure on the client's face. Now, am I hurting you? It feels like nothing. Like if you're gentle and you're not putting a Hulk hand on her, you just be very gentle. Imagine yourself getting the service done. How would you want it to feel? That's what I always think about. How do I want my client to experience this service? Okay, so I did a couple classic lashes. I'm going to point out the amount of glue that you should have on your, let's see, can you see this? Where's the camera?
You probably have to get quite up close.
I don't think it would really show. It's a very tiny bit of glue. You don't want to see a huge bead. It's literally a. Where's the
Here, let's switch. Yeah, there we go.
You got it? Okay. And you could see kind of the little bead. You should almost not see it. That's how much glue you want on your lash. This is wrong. If you have this and you're applying lashes, this is way too much glue. You're gonna end up with irritated. Your client's gonna end up with irritated eyes. Your lashes are gonna stick all together because they're grabbing onto everything. You're not. It's just too much glue. I'm gonna move on to showing you volume lashes. So just give me a little minute to switch over. Any questions?
Well, we have one that you've answered generally, but maybe in a bit more specific. What type of adhesive are you using? So I suppose we can extrapolate that too. Is there anything specific towards the lash glue that you use?
There's nothing specific. Well, I guess I really love using Lash Affair by JP. Their sensitive glue. I think it works great. It has great retention, and it's lowest on fumes. So I feel I've been using this for a couple years now, and I absolutely love it. And then my clients really enjoy it. I feel like it doesn't leave their eyes too irritated. If they're more on the sensitive side, it doesn't bother them. So the glue I use is Lash Affair by JP, and it's the sensitive glue. This is how it looks.
Well, I'll just say that as a sensitive skin person, I appreciate that personally. So, all right, I'm going to switch us back to our lash cam, and we have another question from Vanessa. Vanessa says, do you feel using straight isolation tweezers as opposed to curved isolation tweezers is better for isolation?
I honestly think it's what makes you feel comfortable, what's comfortable in your hands. You could lash with anything. You just need that practice, that muscle memory, you know. I think a lot of artists going into this, it looks fairly easy. Yeah, I could separate a lash and put it. It's not. It takes a lot of practice. You got to learn how to use your opposite hand, you know. So I feel like you should use what's comfortable in your hands. I'm not good at the curved ones. I'll tell you that. Okay. I'm going to do volume on this eye.
I know you said something about this being simple, but I'm watching it like it's a magic show. I'm just transfixed. I missed one of our questions that we had in the chat from it. So Andrea is wondering, what is your favorite brand of individual eyelash extensions? Do you have any go-tos that you think just are excellent for what you do?
I have a couple. I like Borboleta. I like Bella lashes. I like lashes by Lindsay. And I just started purchasing some volume lashes from Get Lashed LA. They're all right, but I'll stick to I'll stick to Bella lashes. I think they're pretty consistent for me. Do I have a couple lash artists in this chat?
I was actually just typing that in the chat. I think we're having a moment here. Throw out everyone in our chat. Throw out, are you a lash artist and where are you at? We're curious. So Roxy is, Okami definitely is. Maria is a beginning esthetician. Nice.
How are my lash artists lashing? Are they lashing on a tile, on the back of their hand? How do you girls like to lash?
Let's see, we've got Fort Lauderdale, we've got outside of Orlando with Mood Lash Roxy. Boston. Maria says on a tile.
On a tile. Same girl, same.
Okami also on a tile. Andrea's here from Texas today. Vanessa's in, I'm certain it's Vaughan, Canada, but it could be Vaughan, and I just don't know geography well enough. But Vanessa comes to us from Canada today and uses lash tiles.
I feel like it's the cleanest. Just because if you have a back-to-back day, you can't keep on switching on the back of your hand. So I think the lash tiles are a very clean, COVID-friendly way to lash. All right, so I have a couple volume lashes on her eye. I'm going to dry her out and then I'll show you girls how to remove them.
Now, you mentioned that about things during COVID, and I think that's one thing that's really nice on your Booksy page. You have your health and safety rules up there very, very clearly, like very cleanly. Anyone coming in just knows, and that's, I would have to imagine, got to be helpful in the midst of everything else that you're trying to juggle.
Yes, masks still have to be on. Okay, ladies, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to remove them. This process is called banana peeling. You would want to get a hold of the extension. So as you could see, I'm kind of wiggling this lash around, right? You see it? Let me push you this way.
Yes, we do.
Okay. You want to grab a hold of the natural lash. So I have that with my isolation tweezers, and then I have the extensions with my boot. You just want to kind of peel it away. Make sure you are holding on to that natural lash. And this part should be painless to the client. If you're hurting the client, you're lashing wrong. You're not isolating right. Look how easy it is to remove it when you are doing it individually. It's the same with volume lashes. Make sure you're getting the whole fan. This process, along with the lashing, should be all very calming to the client. I get clients that snore. You shouldn't be hurting the client. You shouldn't have any reaction going on. It's usually, you kind of have the eyelid open too much. You're putting too much glue. But the whole process should be very relaxing to the client, where they could find themselves drifting off. And that's what you want.
I mean, it's soothing on this side of the camera, so I can't imagine how soothing it is actually in the chair.
Yes, I think being an esthetician really contribute to that. I think their nature is more calming. I'm very like, ah. So I always get women saying, "Oh my God, like your hands, you just like you're so relaxing, and I feel so relaxed in your hands." Like, if your client is fluttering, they're scared that it's their first time getting lashes done. I like just resting my hands on them, just talking to them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, kind of like massaging their brow, or like scratching their head. This is like girlfriend or mom talk. And guess what? Your client's gonna stop fluttering, and they're gonna start getting relaxed, and they're gonna feel that you're confident, and they're gonna receive a great service. So make sure that you. Sometimes the client is a very nervous person, and you're gonna get those. Make sure that they're feeling your calmness, your confidence. I think that's the most important part of lashing. Once you're done with your whole set, say I did a whole set, you really want to dry off that lash line. Make sure that glue is completely dried. I do about 20 seconds on each eye. 1, 2, 3, I count it to 20. Kind of come through them. I remove the tape. I really don't like going from the top down, because sometimes it will grab a couple of your client's brows. You don't want that. So just make sure you're being very gentle with this, because brow hair is a pain to grow back. And like I said before, you really want to make sure that you're doing what you want to feel in the service. You don't want to feel someone yanking the tape off. Do it with care, like baby skin. Be very gentle. I throw all my stuff right away. I have a little trash can. Throw it away. I like my client to get up and see my tray is clean. Maybe a couple lashes here and there, but for the most part, they know I'm being clean throughout the whole service. They smell eucalyptus on my hands. They know I'm ready. So just make sure that the whole service is hygienic for you and your client. Also, when you're done with your lashes, you really want to make sure that nothing peeked through from the bottom. So you just want to gently lift. I like to bend. I like to bend my mascara wand. Lift. And I'll see anything that's sticking, if there is any. And you want to remove it before they open their eyes. Okay, I tell them whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right.
And we'll all say hello and thank you so much.
She was sleeping, guys, just to let you know. I do my lashes on reclining chairs. They're old barber school chairs. I absolutely love it, but if you're on a bed, that's okay too. It doesn't matter as long as you have what makes you feel comfortable. I have a lash tray right next to me, so that's what I work off of, and I have my glam core right next to me with the lighting.
Perfect. That makes all the sense. And this is actually, I think, a perfect time for us to do the first of our giveaways. What do you think?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Do you have a question this time, or would you like me to ask one based on what we've said so far? And as a reminder to everyone in the chat, get your fingers working, because it will be the first correct answer that's in the chat that will win this giveaway. And this first giveaway, Noemi is actually modeling it. It's going to be a fabulous Beautyhood shirt. Who doesn't want a shirt that says Beautyhood? I want a shirt that says Beautyhood. So do you have the question for this one, or would you like me to ask?
You go first.
Okay, perfect. So Noemi has been stressing practicing and has been stressing building your skills, and that it takes time and that you need to keep working on it and keep working on it. So with that being said, she said this way back in the beginning. So be ready in the chat, because the first person to answer will win this giveaway. How long has Noemi been in the business? Oh, I see a year. Or I see a 2009, which was 13 years, and I can't think backwards. Is that correct, Noemi? Was it 2009?
I've been in the industry since 2009, yes.
Perfect. Maria, that is fantastic. You are officially our winner for our first giveaway. So congratulations and well done, everyone. And yes, Okami, she said 7 years as an independent in the business for 13. So, Maria, when you have a moment, if you would just drop your Instagram handle right in the chat, and you will get a message from the Booksy Biz Instagram to get your mailing address and shirt size. So we will reach out to you that way. And Noemi, I think we can continue our conversation now. So,
is there any questions anyone has for me?
So we had a question a little bit ago from Vanessa. Vanessa wants to know, what method do you use to create your volume fans, or do you use pre-made fans?
I do the fanning right off the strip. So I get a couple, fan them out. That's how I do it. There are some lashes that I got the easy fan, where you kind of pinch them. They're a little too sticky for my liking. So I stick with doing them straight off of the strip.
Okay, perfect. And as a reminder, this is the perfect time. If you've got questions that you want to ask really on the specific and nitty gritties, this is the perfect time to put them in. I see a few more coming in. And before we get to those, I wanted to just ask you something interesting. I think if you could go back and tell yourself one thing right when you were really getting started, what would you want yourself to know?
I feel like this industry could really put you down. I feel like confidence is key, just to go in it with your all 100% confidence. I would feel like I would just say, you got this, girl. I see another question here. What's your goals for the future in the lash industry?
Mm-hmm.
My goals in the lash industry is to get more students in Beautyhood. I've been doing this for quite a while now. Although I love my clients and meeting new clients, I would really like to touch more into the education side of lashing. I did work at an academy for about a year, and I did teach lash classes and lash lifting, but it was very little. I just want to be more independent in that. Does the temperature play a part on applying lashes? I heard about using a humidifier. Do you use one? Any recommendations? Well, it depends on your lash glue. On their instructions or how to use their glue. They usually have what temperature works best. So I try to keep the salon at that. If anything, I would say my salon's a little bit more on the drier side. So I do have a humidifier going. If I feel like it's a little bit too much, I do have my fan right here. So that it would usually work or help me out if I'm not seeing it dry up quick enough.
Something that I want to just mention as you were talking about just really being confident and owning your skills. And I'm just going to throw this out for the people in the chat. If you want more lash focused education, which who doesn't want more lash focused education? I want more lash focused education. Do be letting us know. Let us know what type of classes that you want to be seeing. What are the things that you want to be learning so that we can really help support that. And then also, before we continue on with the questions, and these are phenomenal questions, they're really good. I did just want to drop something in our chat right now because before I forget, aside from the fact that we get to take advantage of her just phenomenal educational knowledge on the subject of lashes, we also get to take advantage of something else having Noemi here. And that something else is what I'm.
Oh,
yep, I hit the wrong enter button. That something else is what I'm dropping into the chat right now, is what I was trying to say. And that is because Noemi is here, we get to offer a special offer today for everyone who is in our webinar, which is that if you sign up with Booksy, if you are looking for a booking platform, you sign up with Booksy through Noemi, you will actually get $50. So the direct link is in there right there. Yep. And that's something that we're really excited to be able to offer as part of this educational partnership. So thank you, Noemi, because without you, we wouldn't get to offer that stuff. And if you sign up later and you go, oh gosh, what was that link? I didn't save it. One, you can reach out to us, or you can reach out to Beautyhood on social media, but also you can just use promo code Noemi and you will find it there. But that link is right there. And in a little bit, I will tell you about other continuing education that we still have ongoingly for the remainder of the year. But I believe that there was another question that I don't want us to miss. So we're going to go back to a question from Vanessa. What are your thoughts on Lash Primer? And what about using a nano mister to cure the glue at the end of a service?
Lash Primer, I feel like if you're cleansing the lashes well enough, you're using your makeup remover, your lash cleanser, and then really rinsing out the eye, that's primer enough to me. I think kind of adding an extra step when you really don't need to. I mean, you could eliminate that step, but if your client comes with makeup constantly and you really have to go in and use waterproof remover, or something oily to remove, that's when I would step in and use a primer to ensure that I have a nice oil-free lash.
That makes all the sense to me. Vanessa, if you have any further questions there, let us know. Oh, I see Vanessa is typing. So
a nano mist. Sorry, I see that. a nano mister. I've used the nano mister before. I stopped using it. I feel like they kind of get stinky after a while, to be honest, my complete honesty. So no, I don't use a nano mister. A fan is just fine. I would say nano misters are more for beginners, some that use a little bit more glue than they should to really cure that glue. But if you're more experienced and then you got the lash ends down packed, then I feel like a nano mister is not needed. You're fine with just a fan.
That makes all the sense in the world from my perspective. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop something else in the chat. I know I'm just sending you guys things like left, right, and center. What I'm dropping in the chat now is, so this webinar that we're hosting today with Noemi, this is part of Booksy's continuing education webinar programming. And we're really happy to be able to get to offer that because it really matters to us that everyone in our community is able to grow their skills, because all of us growing together and improving together is kind of the point. So with that being said, there are 2 remaining webinars left in 2021. They may or they may not be of interest to you, but if they're not of interest to you and you know anyone in your life or in your salon or spa that they would be, we hope that you'll share them with them as well. So this was our final webinar before Thanksgiving, but on Monday, December 6th, we will be hosting a money webinar, a free webinar on the 3 C's of financial management. This we're hosting in partnership with our financial education partner, Cunity. They're absolutely amazing, and they have a really great information both for independents and for owners. So we really hope that you'll take advantage of that. It's really phenomenal, premier educational information. And then on December 13th, if there are any hair aficionados in your life, let them know or make a note yourself that we have 4 ways to balayage with Alfredo Lewis, where he will be taking us through some of the top balayage techniques. So that ought to be really good. And then as a bonus, don't miss that starting tonight on Instagram Live, on IG Live, on the Booksy Biz page, so BOOKSYBIZ, we will be hosting an Instagram Live series featuring a different Booksy ambassador and a different Booksy giveaway every night. So we will have lash ambassadors, nail ambassadors, hair ambassadors, barber ambassadors, makeup ambassadors, and we'll all be having conversations around Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Book Small, and why it is so important to really be connected with your community and be telling them about what you have going on, whether it's amazing services or educational opportunities, both of which Noemi does, for instance. But anything that you have going on, any sales, it's important to let them know. So we want to give the opportunity to do that. So we hope to see you at any and all of those events. And then let's see if we have any more questions coming in, or Noemi, are there any other gems that occurred to you that there wasn't an opportunity to say earlier, but you'd like to make sure to share?
Well, I see one question here. I'll touch base on that. Your thoughts on lash sealer bonder at the end of the service? I would say if your client is one of those pain in the butts that want to go work out afterwards or go to the sauna, like, yes, go ahead and use it. I think it's just an extra step, something to kind of put more money into. I don't use it personally, but I do know lash artists that do. And is there any questions for me? I feel like I kind of touched on everything. Again, lashing is a very rewarding thing for me to do. I think it's a personal service that you really are so intimate with your client, and I think it's just something that everybody wants, is just a nice, well done service, a nice experience from start to end. And if you girls need any tips or tricks, feel free to reach out. I could definitely give you some pointers. If you feel like you need a little bit more mentoring, then just drop a DM and we'll set a day up and you could come on over and we'll see what's going on.
Excellent point. And I've just dropped Noemi's Instagram right in the chat, so you can follow her right there with Beautyhood Chicago. As other questions come in, here's something that I think that we might all find very interesting, and I would, from a personal perspective, love to hear about. Can you talk to us about the difference from being in salons in the past for you to now being in Beautyhood and being in that world?
The difference is, I mean, it's a major difference. I opened a whole salon. So it went from just taking care of my business, taking care of my own clients, to taking care of a salon and making sure that the environment is what I want it to be, the experience is what I want it to be. I think it's something I'm still learning too.
Excellent point. And Maria in the chat says, thank you, Noemi, #goals, which awesome, truth. Sydney says, what was the brand of lashes used and the glue, please?
I will write it down. You want me to type it in or show you girls? It's going to come out backwards. It's Lash Affair by JP. It's their sensitive brand. And I will write it here in the comments.
Perfect.
Lashes I use, I go with Bella lashes.
And then while you're typing those,
I like EBL lashes. Go ahead.
While you're typing those in, Alyssa has a question tagging on what you said just a bit ago. Do you have any advice for when you're starting out and you're trying to grow your own clientele and you're on that side of the world of things?
My advice would be to stay confident in your service. Even though you're nervous, don't project that onto your service, because the client will definitely feel it. Know going into it that you are a beginner and they know that. Take your time, isolate. Use your time management too. Like, just make sure that you're managing your time and still being efficient with providing like the full service. Give yourself time. If you know that you can't do a full set in 2 hours and you need 2.5 or 3, give yourself that and just inform them.
And Alyssa, something else that I'm going to add from the Booksy perspective, this might seem obvious, but I mean it very sincerely. Join Booksy. Like, if you're not yet, really, to the benefit of using a booking app that can help manage your scheduling, and especially one like Booksy where we have the social media integrations, where we have, you know, the ability to connect to your Instagram, to connect to your Facebook, to have Groupon offers that can connect to your page, to be able to turn on a feature like our Boost feature, which helps highlight you in the marketplace, an app that has an actual separate customer app where if I'm in there as a customer, when I'm near Noemi's shop and I'm looking for somewhere, it'll be like, well, there's Beautyhood Chicago is right near you. And it literally shows them where you are near you. So taking advantage of the technology that is available in terms of growing your own clientele, and definitely take a look at the Beautyhood Chicago page. They're a wonderful example of showing your work that is so incredibly, incredibly important. Just to really, when people are looking for new professionals, especially, you know, say they've never had their lashes done before, they want to see what it is that you do. They want to see what you create and what your sets look like, and that really gives them a good sense of who you are and lets them book with you with confidence. So all of those things really make a difference too. And we'd love to have you here at Booksy. And of course, seriously, do look at the Beautyhood Chicago page, because it's a really nice example of having a very clean professional page.
Oh, thank you. I'm still working on that too, guys, so don't feel bad. Any advice for starting? Okay. Like Julia said, Booksy is a big part of how we get clientele here. I was on a different platform and I switched over, which, by the way, was super easy. They did it in one day with maybe 20 minutes. So just make sure that you're on a good platform, Booksy. and you will definitely get clients. I have handfuls of clients just through them searching through the area.
And then we are about at the time for our final giveaway. And I see, so Sydney, I hope that that helped answer your question. If we have time at the end, we can talk about posting cadence. And I see Vanessa says, I have to say, I've been using Booksy for over a year now. My clients absolutely love it. Oh, that's awesome. The reminders, the confirmation that the new COVID assessment for their appointment is so great. Oh, we're so glad. That's really wonderful. And Key says, very informative, thanks. So thank you so much, Noemi, as they've said, and I will echo, very incredibly informative today. And I think it's time so that we make sure that we've gotten it in there. Let's do our final question for our final giveaway. And this will be the same thing. The first person who puts the correct answer in the chat will win the giveaway, and we'll have you drop your Instagram handle afterwards, and then we'll reach out to you through the Booksy Biz page. And this giveaway, this is a Booksy merch giveaway, and we are giving away a Booksy hoodie. They're super cozy, they're super comfy, they're very fun. And we would love to give one away to you. So make sure that you are ready with your fingers on the keyboard or on your phone, whichever, to answer the question. So Noemi, do you have something that you want to test on?
I do. Let's go back to removing the lashes. What method is that called? There you go. Yeah, Vanessa got it. Oh, Alyssa got it. Banana peeling, yes.
Nicely done. My brain panicked. I went, oh gosh, what's it called? Ah, pineapple. No. So, but that's okay. We've got the lash techs in the audience and they're ready. So congratulations, Alyssa, if you will please drop your Instagram handle into the chat. We will make sure that we reach out to you and get your mailing address and hoodie size.
Yay. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And again, if anyone is on this chat and wants a little bit more information about mentoring or taking a class, please feel free to DM us.
Absolutely. And I will drop your Instagram handle once more so that everyone's got you. And I will also drop the offer for signing up with Booksy in order to get $50 when you sign up that we're able to offer thanks to you. And Alyssa just saw your Instagram handle. Thank you so much. And then we did have one final question. If you've got like 2 more seconds, what do you think in terms of, do you have any advice for people in terms of posting cadence online, in terms of showing their work? What are your goals there?
My goals are to make it part of the service. I have a hairstylist here at Beautyhood, and I feel she's like the greatest example of what to do. Her client comes in and she's like, let's do a TikTok. Let's take photos. She is on it with it. She makes it part of the service. Of course, asks if they're comfortable with it. Chances are they definitely are. So I would like to also kind of like incorporate that, and it could be troublesome because sometimes you get lost with timing, right? You're going back to back. So I feel like if you make it part of your service and make more time in your service to do your before and afters, or even putting an alarm on. I have so many before and nothing like after. So just making sure that you are being on it, like just making sure that is part of the service.
Perfect. I think that's brilliant. And just like you've been saying all along, that really incorporates taking care of your client just the way that all the rest of it does. So thank you so much, Noemi. This was absolutely wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining us. Congratulations to our winners. And thank you everyone for your questions. You really helped make this a very dynamic and engaging webinar. We look forward to offering more in the future. Don't forget, let us know what type of lash or brow or hair or massage or tattoo or makeup education do you want to hear in the future? You can shout it out, and we will look at getting that together for you so that we can all grow our skills together, whether it's learning about banana peeling for the first time or truly mastering lash isolation and application. So thank you so much, Noemi. This was wonderful. And thank you everyone for joining us at today's Booksy educational webinar.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.